Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So, a little bit of operations video here. Just some engine moves, a little bit of, well, a good amount of yard work, and the Providence and Worcester interchange. So we have the power from the NS interchange cut off from its train. They're going to make their way to shop track number 2. My apologies for no video last weekend. Was definitely under the weather. I'm still kind of battling a cold and a sinus infection right now. So I'm on antibiotics, and wife's on antibiotics because she had an upper respiratory infection. So whatever we caught was pretty nasty, and apparently a lot of it's going around. So, and you know, 2 of the people that caught it around this area. But we're on the mend. It's just it's a stubborn germ, and it's hanging around. So hopefully these antibiotics work. I still have a hint of the sinus infection, but I still have another like three more days of antibiotics to do. So hopefully I won't have to go back to urgent care. But anyways, the wife's feeling better. You know, it's just the time of year. Anyways, enough about that. So, got some engines go to their designated areas. The East End yard crew scooped up a sand hopper, and they're going to deliver it to, looks like track number 1. And they're going to spot it so they can unload it. And then they're going to go do some more work somewhere else. So I have an idea of putting a 3rd track on the side there, specifically for MOW cars and the sand delivery system. So stay tuned for that. Looks like they're going back down to the East End. Like I said, and I believe they're going to do some more yard work down there. It might be, yeah, it looks like they're connecting to the NS interchange cars that were brought in on track 5. And here we have the West End crew getting ready to sort some cars out. Alright, so they got the cut of cars from PLED, Plainville to East Deerfield Yard. You might even be able to hear Real Lady 22 coughing in the background. I'm not sure. I know the last operations video, she was coughing up. Yeah, she was coughing up a lung, pretty much. It's nasty, I tell you. Nasty. Alright, so we've got a couple of high side gondolas that are slated for Sullivan's Scrap in Holyoke, Mass. So they'll be going on EDHC, which is East Deerfield Holyoke Chicopee turn. I believe the new symbol will be LO3. I think I'm going to implement that starting next year. I'm also thinking about, for next year, doing the car card system, trying that out for like 6 months to a year. But I'm still going to need some sort of switch list, I believe, just for notes and whatnot. I don't know. There's a lot of different options for operations, you know. I mean, I have JMRI still, but that's on the back burner for right now. So we'll see. Stay tuned. As long as I'm moving cars around to their destinations and, you know, I have a good mix going on. This way I'm not like seeing the same car like every session or every other session. That's kind of like the whole objective of operations. To me anyways, is like, you know, you see the car, then you might not see it for maybe 6 months to a year. But anyways, doing some more switching on the west end. Shoving a cut of cars. So I also want to, I'm going to kind of play around with schedules to implement them in my operations. Like first shift, second shift, third shift. Which realistically, I don't know, it depends. It's probably going to be more or less first and second shift. I don't know. Maybe I might implement third shift just to keep things, you know, in a routine. We'll see. I do like where the tower is, the old tower. They don't use it anymore. So I mentioned in my update that they're possibly prototypical life. They might be tearing that down, but on my layout, it's going to stay up. Right now, I'm grabbing a buffer car for EDHC only because there's a tank car there, and then there's some gondolas that are empty at the moment. However, you know, I'm trying to just stay somewhat prototypical, you know, and I'm thinking of the engineer's safety and all that stuff with tank cars and whatnot. So, plus it's an extra car to take up, you know, or take down southbound. Anyways, that's my take on that. And West End is doing some more sorting. So at this moment, EDHC's train is all set. Looks like Tom's hanging out, helping out on the west end. See some locomotives on the engine ready track. There's our east end yard crew doing some more work. So at this point, I tried doing a little bit of shunting. However, it's a pretty long car and it didn't work out as well. So I just rolled with it. No pun intended. Yeah, I was going to cut it out, but I'm like, nah, you know what? We'll leave it in. Car didn't roll far anyway, so as you could tell. I believe we were working on EDBF, which is East Deerfield, Bellows Falls, Vermont. So we have 3 industries we switch out up there, which are they are off video because I don't have the track laid out for those industries. But we have Water Street Freight Terminal, Beaver Lumber, and a new industry that I decided to add, which is Carrollvale. It's I believe it is a food supply company for animals. I go by there from time to time. It is on the northbound way, and they have like a bunch of covered hoppers on a spur track, which is actually it's like a siding that goes into the industry, and they have mostly covered hoppers. I do believe I remember seeing a tank car there at some point a while back. So who knows? We'll see. Might add that to the train at some point. Looks like the East End Yard Crew's getting out of the way. The Providence and Worcester Interchange train is gonna set up its train and head out shortly. And that'll be pretty much about it, I believe. So I will take this time to bid you guys adieu. Hope everybody has a great rest of your days and your weekends. Christmas is coming up pretty soon, about another week and a half, I believe. So, anyways, take care, everybody. Stay safe. Happy modeling. Real Fan Man signing out.